welcome to the third video. I'll be going over Euro AUD. So I saw a lot of things going on for this trade, for this pair. Let me get back out to the daily chart here so you can see the bigger picture. I posted a screenshot of my analysis, and it's on my TradingView page, but for whoever hasn't checked that out yet, this is what I see. So I counted 5 waves, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Printed a nice double top up here at this resistance. Shot back down, as you can see. So now we're here, and so what I saw here was I got a neckline. It's a pretty big neckline, but nonetheless a neckline here. So price, as it broke through that neckline on the double top, it just went way down and even really retested. So this will technically be the first retest of the neckline. And when you trade these patterns, you want to go for a breakout and a retest before you enter, and it generally always retests it. So I can confirm this as a possible first retest of this broken double top. I got my fibs drawn out, and I see I got the 50 fib line here. I have a 61.8 drawn out here, and as you can see, price touched the 61.8 and actually is touching the 50, but rejected the 50. So it touched the 61.8 on here with the wicks, but it closed right under the 50 on both times, on both the bullish and the bearish candle we have here, which is coming all the way down to here now, breaking this 50 fib level. Now what I see here and what I like is this is a possible head and shoulders pattern forming here. And what I like this 50 fib line for is, like I've been mentioning, for the neckline of double bottoms and double tops. So what I see here preferably might happen is you have this triangle formation. You see with this blue line here and this blue line here. So the right shoulder of head and shoulders, also the right shoulder of a head and shoulders, from my experience and from what I notice, that validates it as a right shoulder, not necessarily that the head and shoulders will actually work and break out the neckline, but that it will form a right shoulder off of 50. So I have it forming off of a 50 for a right shoulder. I have a possible neckline for a double bottom off the 50 as well. I see price not going above it. I see price hitting 61.8. So what can actually happen here as part of the ABC retracement correction waves is it bouncing right off of here, coming right down, and C lining up with A, and actually forming a double bottom, forming a head and shoulders, possibly a fake breakout here, market maker type method, to fake you out, catch sellers, and actually go back up. So that's what I see for Euro AUD. We entered this trade on 157.220 price, which is right around this area here. Now I saw a wedge kind of forming here, so I drew my trend line. I saw price hitting this point here multiple times. So starting from here, just hitting. So it was being validated, but it was just squeezing right into here, which is around the same point here that it was denying that 50 fib, touching that 61.8, and then just going down. On here we had a breakout and a little retest as well. And on top of that, I saw the bearish divergence that we had up here. So I didn't want to miss out on this trade. I just figured, you know what, I have all these formations that can possibly happen here that are just confirming each other. Let me just jump in, get a good entry. Now there is room to breathe on here on this trade. Left some room to breathe. Price can go back up to actually retest even closer. This trend line here is just barely getting kind of retested, this black one that's been broken. And this blue one might actually be the more valid one. So price can go back up that way. But I'm taking that risk. Just trying to get the big rewards here. If price goes down to 51, that'd be great. That would actually validate the head and shoulders, and it can go that route, and C doesn't have to necessarily end here. It could go lower to the negative 27. But the ultimate take profit will be in this area here that I'll be watching out for. And just watch your fib levels. You have them drawn out by me already, so watch the 38.2, which is where we are here. So I'll be watching it just for the fact that it's on the 4-hour chart. You can kind of consider this like a small range area. It's kind of bouncing here, especially the 200 EMA right there. To watch this part here, because it can get to this point and possibly reverse. Nothing's 100%. But I feel good about it because I have multiple market patterns, confirmations happening in this trade, and I do believe it should go down. So we're going to be holding this on till next week. We're going to be watching it. I'll update you guys. But this is a trade that I'll be holding for a while, hoping it goes down to around this range or this range, and you're looking at a good 400 to 700 pip trade, which is huge. But keep in mind, in time, that's several months you'll be holding this trade if you want to hold it from all the way up here to all the way down here. But in the meantime, we'll just be adding entries as it goes, and hopefully it's another winning trade. So that concludes for your AED. I'll be making the next one, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.